So hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. And in basically today's video, we'll be doing a watch along for Leeds United versus Leicester City, the Premier League match that will begin at 7:30 Indian time. So it's going pretty interesting. I was planning to do an Arsenal Watford, even I was very tempted to do a Tottenham versus Everton watch along, but at the end I felt that Leeds United versus Leicester City would be one of the most entertaining games, especially because the way Leeds play, and obviously they have ex-Man United player Daniel James playing as their striker, so that would be a joy to see. Therefore, I decided to do the Leeds United versus Leicester City watch along, guys. So we're pretty much not far away from the game to begin. We've got less than 15 minutes, as you can see, 13 minutes 45 seconds. Brendan Rodgers maybe could be possibly his last game for Leicester if he were to join Man United. A lot of rumors coming in the last half an hour about his future. I mean, if you guys haven't heard, Dean Smith has been sacked from Aston Villa. I mean, that was a pretty surprising moment to see Dean Smith get sacked. I mean, he literally saved Aston Villa from relegation and was absolutely brilliant last year, but it just shows what a competitive side Aston Villa is, and they know that Dean Smith is not going to take them anywhere, and he has just failed to prove himself this season. Therefore, they have decided to sack him, and it's a pretty good decision, I think, according to me. So, guys, if you see the formations of both the teams here on the screen, less than 15 minutes once again for the match to begin. So, we'll go to the lineups in a minute, guys. So guys, we're really close from the match for actually beginning right now. We've got less than 10 minutes left for the match to begin. So let's just go to the lineups. As you can see, the win probability 37% saying that Leeds United are going to win this game. So let's just take a look at the lineup for now. As you can see, Leeds United going with a 3-3-3-1. Defenders Llorente, Sturridge, and Cooper as their back three. Forshaw, Calvin Phillips, and Stuart Dallas as the midfield three. And you could say Rafinha, Rodrigo Harrison, and Dan James up top. I mean, that's a pretty interesting formation from Marcelo Bielsa, a 3-3-3-1. It's going to be interesting to see how Dan James plays because throughout his career, he's mainly been as a wing back or a winger, never as a false nine or a centre forward. But let's see how he performs in today's game. I mean, it's a pretty strong team from Leeds. I mean, Leeds have literally try to fit all of their good players. That is, mostly Leeds United have to leave out one or two good players. Like Rodrigo sometimes doesn't play. If Rodrigo plays, then Rafinha or Harrison, one of them drops out, or even Dan James at some point. And I think I think this means that just let me check. Yes, it confirms what I meant. Patrick Bamford is out injured according to me because he isn't on the full squad, and that is maybe possibly the reason that he's not featuring. Also, another interesting player to see will be Tyler Roberts. He's usually a starter for Leeds United, and also Matthews Glitch. So, not major issues for Leeds United except their main striker, Patrick Bamford. It's going to be really interesting. So, guys, let me know your score predictions in the chat. My score prediction for this game is type it out. For me, I think it's going to be a really tough game, but I think Leicester City might just edge Leeds United. So my prediction is going to be 2-3 towards Leicester. So that's my prediction for the game, guys. You can let me know too what your predictions are. Now let us just go through the Leicester lineup. So the Leicester lineup is a classic 4-3-3 with goalkeeper obviously Kasper Schmeichel, a classical back four of Ricardo Pereira, Castani as the left back, Soyuncu and Johnny Evans as the two centre backs, a midfield three of Sumare as the main defensive midfielder with NDD on the side and Yuri Tillemans. I mean, that's pretty surprising that he's used, I would say, two centre defensive midfielders and has dropped James Maddison. A front three of Harvey Barnes, who's in some form, Jamie Vardy good as always, and Lookman. So Leicester players on the bench who I'm surprised by. I'm surprised that Chiellini Iheanacho is not playing this game because usually Brendan Rodgers finds a way to fit him in. Patson Daka, I mean, he's slowly immigrating towards the team and will get his chances. Even Yannick Westergaard is a shock for me because he's pretty good for Southampton and you'd expect him to start. I mean, Jose Perez usually comes off the bench, nothing shocking about that. And James Madison, so he's basically dropped out James Madison, Iheanacho, and Patson Daka. So I would say Leicester have a pretty strong team, and I think this team is good enough to beat Leeds United. But it's going to be really interesting to see whether Leeds United play their normal formation, because it's a little weird formation. You would say a 3-3-3-1. I don't think they've done it before, if I'm not sure. So, guys, we're not long from the match to be kicked off right now. As you can see, top scorer for Leicester, Jamie Vardy, 7 goals, 4 goals for Rafinha. Pretty interesting stats here. As you see, the league possession form 67% possession form for Leicester, 47 for Leeds. So a lot of interesting stats we're getting here, and we're so close to the starting lineup, guys. We have less than 4 minutes. Win probability is still with Leeds United, not with Leicester. 35% say Leicester will win, 37 say Leeds. Scoring conversion rate, as you can see, Leicester have a better scoring conversion rate than Leeds. So, guys, less than 4 minutes from the game to begin. It's going to be a really interesting game, and the reason I chose this game was I expected to be the most fun out of the three games. I mean, some of you guys might want to watch Arsenal versus Watford, but I think Leeds United versus Leicester is going to be a really fun game because both the teams play really good football, and it's always an exciting clash when two good footballing sides play against each other. And I'm really tempted to see how Leeds United play with their new formation of 3-3-3-1 and Dan James as a striker. I mean, Leicester is a classical formation of 4-3-3, but it's really interesting that he's dropped James Maddison. You not expect that, so Yuri Tillemans will have to do more of the attacking work in this game. So, guys, we're very close to the game actually starting. If I scroll down, you can see the formation here. You can see the head to head. As you can see, 37% is the win probability. In the previous meetings, 3 wins for Leicester, 1 for Leeds, but still people are favoring Leeds to win this game. So, guys, once again, if you have any predictions for the game, be sure to drop it in the comments and I'll take a look at that. So, we're less than 3 minutes for the game to start, guys, and let's just give it a go. So, guys, we're closing in 2 minutes left for the game to begin. I mean, the form from Leicester City is pretty impressive, 67% form from Leicester and only a 47 from Leeds. But still, I think Leicester will win this game, even though, I mean, many people are favoring Leeds. If you just check the win probability, it says 37% for Leeds. But for some reason, I think Leicester City need to win this game, and I think they will. If you guys haven't heard, Dean Smith has been sacked from Aston Villa, and honestly, that kind of came as a shock to me because he actually kept them in the Premier League last season and was pretty good. And Aston Villa were a really tough team to beat. They are like, I would say, similar to Brentford this season, a tough team to beat, not a top 5 team, but a really tough team to beat. So I was pretty shocked by hearing the news. Dean Smith, I don't know if he's a brilliant coach or anything, but I think he did a pretty okay job at Aston Villa. Obviously, Jack Grealish leaving, it was a big void to fill, and unfortunately, it's just not worked out for them. So that's what it is. It's football at the end of the day. I mean, Dean Smith, I'm sure he'll find another job. So, guys, we're really close to kick off. If you have any predictions, then please be sure to mention them in the chat. I'm just going to show you my prediction. As you can see, 2-3, I'm bagging Leicester for the win. The referee for this match is Darren, as you can see. It's at Ellen Roads, so it's going to be tough for Leicester because Leeds United have a pretty good fan base. But I think they should manage to win this game. I mean, let me know, guys, what mode you're watching this game because I think. Give me a minute. See if it's trending on social media. There are actually a few ways through which you can watch this. I mean, there are channels. There are actually accounts that allow you. As you can see, Villa sacked Dean Smith. He'd get a lifetime contract at United. As you can see, Jack Grealish tweeting himself, "Number one will compare the real goat. Thank you for the memories, Dean Smith." So we've got 3 other games, and don't worry, guys. We'll be giving you updates from those games too. I mean, at the moment, we're really close to the lineup, and the game. I think the game has begun. I think they just have the routine checks, and obviously, it's a 1 minute silence at the center line. So yes, guys, the game has officially begun between both the sides. Let me just refresh the site and you shall see it. So guys, the game has begun officially. We are 70 seconds in. So basically, you'll be able to see everything through this, I'd say, green field if you can't watch the match. All the player movements, everything tracked to the screen, guys. So the formation, as you can see, 4-2-3-1 for Leeds United, 4-3-3 for Leicester City. I mean, I've got to say the site is pretty good and gives a lot of updates and movements. It does highlight player radars and stuff like that. So I'm pretty happy with the site. So guys, just classical manager updates. 47 seconds into the game, Marcelo Bielsa, manager of Leeds, Brendan Rodgers, manager of Leicester, 12 wins, 17 wins, seven draws between them. So Leicester having the advantage, many would say, but I think all the stats don't matter. It depends on how you play on your day. So we've got exactly 1 minute in, nothing much till now. League position is 16th for Leeds. Leicester is 12th. So Leeds need the win. Last five matches, Leicester have a better form than Leeds. Leeds two losses, Leicester one loss. Leeds two win, Leicester three wins. So Leicester pretty much edging Leeds in every stat till now. So guys, we're nearly 1 minute 30 seconds in. It's a long way to go. Shooting conversion rate, oh my god, Leicester edging Leeds in that stat too. So Leicester City, I mean, they look like favorites of the game, but you can never say. So guys, let me know once again your score predictions at the moment. I think I'm just going to unpin my score prediction here. And that's done. We've got two people watching. Thank you guys so much for joining the stream. 1 minute 54 seconds in. I'm just going to tell you guys the time every 10 minutes, so it's going to be very frustrating if I tell you every 2 minutes. So guys, obviously we know that at the same time there are two more matches being played. So I'll let you know if any information on those matches also, because many people like to keep updates of what's happening. I mean, I was planning to do maybe of Tottenham and Everton, but I decided to do Leeds Leicester because I thought it'd be a little more interesting. So guys, we're basically 4 minutes into the match. Still nothing major happened at the moment. As you can see, the major position at the moment is with Leeds, pointing by the arrows. So Leeds United dominating the first few minutes of the match. So let's just check the few possession stats. And as you can see, we can check the timeline too. So till now, 67% possession for Leicester City, 33% for Leeds. So as you can see, currently Leeds United are in possession of the ball in the early minutes. I mean, Leeds United have already had a shot on target and 13 passes by Leeds United, 25 by Leicester City. Still Leeds United with possession of the ball at the moment, guys. We now have a corner kick for Leeds United in the 5th minute, as you can see. And Leeds United regaining possession again. 5.2 average corners for Leicester and 4.2 for Leeds. So far, we've got one corner for Leeds United. So a pretty good start from Leeds United, but obviously Leicester City having more of the possession. And we've got Leeds United with the possession once again. Also, guys, if you're enjoying the stream, then please be sure to hit the like button and also subscribe for more such content. So, we're closing in on the first 10 minutes of the game. Let's just check some of the stats till now. So, till now, as you can see, let me just refresh the page. And till now, we've got 3 shots from Leeds United, 1 from Leicester City. And the fun fact that all 3 shots are on target from Leeds United. So, pretty good start by Leeds. Still Leicester with more possession. So, till now, all the shots that are taken were on target. I mean, that's a pretty impressive stat, I'd say. So, guys, I'll get back to you in the 10-minute mark because currently at the moment, Leeds United still in possession. Nothing major. So, looking at the way things are going, guys, Leeds United have a pretty good start. They've been in possession of the ball and they've had 4 shots on target, guys. And it's interesting because all shots were on target from Leeds United. So, a really good start from Leeds United. I mean, most people predicted that Leicester City would win this game, but Leeds United have a better start. Let's just look at some of the stats once again. Refresh the site. We're closing on the 10-minute mark. As you can see, till now, I mean, Leicester City having more of the ball, as you can see by the passing accuracy, but pretty good start from Leeds United, who have possession of the ball at the moment, guys. So, guys, we're very close, heading towards the 10th minute mark. I mean, it's really interesting. And don't worry, guys, I'll let you know of the scores of the other matches too. At the moment, I don't think anything has happened, so yeah, just give me a minute to check. So, guys, so far, if any of you are interested for the other matches, the score between Everton Tottenham is 0-0, and the score between Arsenal Watford is 0-0 too. So, guys, let me know your predictions in the comments, and I'll pin them to the screen. Because currently, at the moment, my prediction was 3-2, but there was 37% people favoring Leicester City, and I think there was 35% people favoring Leeds United. So, Fate 4 says 2-1 to Leeds. So another person who's favoring Leeds United at the moment. I mean, I'm personally favoring Leicester City because I think Leeds United are on a pretty bad run at the moment, and they do need a win, but they're without Patrick Bamford. And for some reason, I think Leicester City will easily win this game. But my prediction for the game is 3-2. As you can see, the ball now moving with Leicester. The ball is safe in Leicester's half. Just a few passes, and now there's a dangerous counter attack by Leeds United. And in the 11th minute, an offside flag for Leeds United. So the first offside flag for Leeds United, and the play continues as Leicester move the ball once again. So Fate Force says they're both in bad form. I mean, they are in bad form, but if you see, Leeds United need to win this more than Leicester do, because if you can just check the table here, as if you just scroll the table, Leicester are in the 12th position, whereas Leeds United are in 17th, and Leicester have a 4-point gap over Leeds. Therefore, I think it's more of a game that Leeds need to win than Leicester, but for some reason, I think that Leicester will win. So, as you can see, a quick attack by Leeds, which is already on the break, but it's good defending by Leicester City once again. Goals scored so far this season 15 for Leicester, 10 for Leeds. So Fate forces, yeah, we're 2 points off. So it's a good start from Leeds United. As I say, you can see the ball possession stat appearing on the screen. 51% for Leeds United. Fate forces off being a relegation team. I think Leeds will recover from this. I really appreciate Marcelo Bielsa as a coach. I think he's a really good coach, and I would easily take him any day at Manchester United. That is a team I support. I think he's a really good coach. I think Leeds are lucky to have such attacking football, but obviously, every positive has some few negatives. But it's a pretty bad start from Leeds, as you would say. Last year they were better, but I think Leeds United will recover. So as you can see, attack from Leicester at the moment, currently into the Leeds half. So as you can see, a dangerous attack according to the screen, moving towards the left hand side of the field, and it's a throw in for Leicester City in the 14th minute. And now there's another dangerous attack by Leicester City, and it's gone out for a goal kick. So Leeds United have a goal kick at the moment. So guys, we're closing in on 15 minutes to the stream and 15 minutes to the match too. So Fate Force says, yeah, he's class, and I actually know what you're talking about. I watched Leeds United play a few times, and they play really good attacking football. Obviously, they don't always win, but I really appreciate the way Leeds United play because if you see Leeds United, and I think my favorite game was Leeds United first season back in the Premier League, the one against Man City. I think that was the first time. I think it was Rodrigo's debut, and they played absolutely brilliant. Played Man City off the park at Ellen Road. Obviously no crowd, but they were actually super with their passing. So a throw in for Leeds United in the 15th minute, and it's a good attacking chance for them. But it's now a throw in for Leicester. As you can see, Leicester have two throw ins and three for Leeds United. Let me know exactly where you think Leeds United is going to finish this season. According to me, I don't think they'll be in the top 8, but I have a feeling maybe 10th or 9th is where Leeds United can maybe rescue their season so far. I definitely don't think they're going to get relegated. I don't think there's any chance for that. I think the team's going down this season, I think 100%. I would love if Newcastle go down, but I think with their money, I would say, and the January transfer window, I don't think that's going to happen. But if Newcastle go down this season, that's going to be just so much fun. But I think it's going to be, I would say, looking at the current way how the team's panning off. If you see the Premier League table, I think Norwich is going to go down. I would love for Burnley to go down too, but I think it's going to be Norwich. I would say, I wouldn't say Aston Villa. I would say Norwich, Burnley, and I think I'm going to go with Watford at the moment for the three teams going down. So, an attack for Leeds United at the moment, guys. So, Fate Force says, yeah, we just need to remember we are in Prem and not in Championship again. I think Leeds United will recover. Let me know what you think of Dan James as a signing. Is he good or still? Because still now I haven't watched Leeds play a lot this season compared to last season. Last season, literally every Leeds United game I used to watch it with my father, but this season, not that much. Let me know what you think of Dan James, because personally, as a Man United fan, I'm pretty happy that he's gone from. I don't. It seems a little harsh to say, but I'm pretty happy that we sold Dan James, because for some reason, Dan James is not just the quality of a top four. But you can let me know what you think of Dan James, and are you happy with him, or he has to improve? Because for me, Dan James, I actually thought that he'd be good for Leeds, but obviously he needs to improve a lot, especially in his shooting wise. So Noel John says hello, and Man United having a very tough having a very tough time. I mean, it's just like every other day for Manchester United. A tough time as usual. Literally every match you think Man United are going to come back better and they suffer. It's really a bad time to be a Man United fan, even though, I mean, people thought he would get sacked after Liverpool, referring to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, but it still hasn't happened. So Fate 4 says, I think Dan James is a brilliant signing. He's fast, he has good attacking play. I think this is where he belongs. I mean, pretty good. I'd say Dan James, even I thought that he'd be a really good signing for Leeds. I think Marcelo Bielsa could possibly get the best out of him. I mean, obviously, as a Leeds United fan yourself, you would know that obviously Dan James was really close to signing for Leeds 2 seasons ago, but that just failed at the last moment. So I think he always had his heart set on Leeds United, but when Man United offered, obviously it's in the Premier League, and I think that time Leeds United was in the Championship. So obviously he chose Man United, and I think Leeds United is a level from which Dan James can improve, and they need him. I mean, but this season Rafinha has been superb for Leeds, especially also for Brazil. He's been a real brilliant player for them. So hopefully he and Dan James can be super wingers for Leeds in the future. I think Dan James mainly needs to develop on his shooting. He's a little weak on that side. So as you can see, Leicester back in the control. We've got Leicester City attacking now. So guys, let's just take a look at some of the stats till now. So stats till now, Leeds United regaining possession. So that's good to see. Fate Force says Rafinha is the best signing Leeds ever made. I mean, smaller teams always are so good at scouting players. Leeds United, Aston Villa. I would even up to some point go on saying that I think even Watford have a better scouting system than Manchester United, but Rafinha is actually a superb signing. And to be honest, I think last season in January he was kind of linked to Manchester United, and I was really happy about it and hope that Man United would sign him in case of Sancho because I think that the first season Rafinha joined Leeds, he was absolutely superb, and he was being linked to Liverpool, and it looked like he was going to make the move. But then in January, once again, he was linked to Man United. I mean, this season he's just shined through for Leeds. But how long do you think? Let me know, guys, in the comments. How long do you think that Rafinha is going to stay at Leeds? Because the way Rafinha is playing at the moment, I mean, no offense against Leeds United, it's a brilliant team to be in. But I think Rafinha will want a step up in his career at some point of time. So let me know in the comments how long do you think it's going to last at Leeds United? And by last, I don't mean like fall off the top or become a bad player. I mean like he's really good at the moment, and there's so much a player can develop at a certain club and looks for a better move. So currently, Leeds United are the better side at the moment, 54 possession, and once again a dangerous attack from Leeds United, as you can see by the screen. So there's a corner for Leeds United, and Stuart Dallas is going to take it, and it's gone for a goal kick for Leicester City. So Fate Force says, I think maybe another 2 long contracts or summer. So I think honestly, I'm not pretty sure if he would sign a contract. I mean, I don't know exactly how many years are left on his contract. So I'm going to be honest, I really don't. But I think if you tell me in years wise, I think possibly 2 years. I think his max is going to stay at Leeds. No offense, but I think Rafinha's, I think he's 24, 25 or something. I think he's going to want a better move. So 2 years is what I think he's going to stay. Noel John says Leicester 2 leads 0. I mean, I predicted Leicester to win the game too. So many people actually at the start of the game, the vote said that 37 people actually preferred Leeds United. Nothing against that, but for me, I think Leicester's going to win this game. Obviously, anything can happen. It's a game of football. So, guys, we're really closing in the 25 minutes mark. I'm going to just give you guys an update. So Fate Force says, yeah, maybe who knows? I mean, anything can happen in football. I think I won't be surprised if he moves next year. In case Leeds United maybe just like in the bottom half of the table, he might not want to stay for long. But I think Leeds United have him safe, and maybe they can tie him down for a few years depending on the way they play. I mean, just look at West Ham at the moment. Leeds United can follow their part. West Ham were a club that just almost got relegated, and they've been absolutely superb in the last few seasons, and they're actually in the Europa League this season. So it's a corner kick for Leeds United, guys. A shot off target from Daniel James in the 23rd minute. So Daniel James with the shot. I mean, interesting from Bielsa that Daniel James is currently playing as some would say the false nine position, but mainly as a striker. So it's a goal kick for Leicester, guys. So Noel John says today Liverpool versus West Ham. I mean, I might not do a stream for that because I don't know if I'm going to do a stream for Liverpool versus West Ham because I'm not really a big fan of watching Liverpool. Not that Liverpool play badly or anything, but as a Man United fan, I hardly watch Liverpool except like when it's a really important game, like Liverpool versus Chelsea or Liverpool versus Man City, Liverpool versus Leeds, or maybe Liverpool versus Leicester. But other than that, I think Liverpool are going to win the game. So, guys, we're closing in right now 57% ball possession for Leeds United, who have a throw in. So we've got 4 people watching. Thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, if you enjoyed the stream, then please be sure to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. And we have a dangerous attack from Leeds United at the moment, but it's now a goal kick for Leicester City. Noah John says, "Oh yeah, I feel you." So basically, Leeds United having possession of the ball right now. As you can see, ball safe, moving the ball around. So guys, just give me a minute. I'll just be back. I'm just gonna check the other scores so far. Fate 4 says Leeds is pushing up really well. A goal is coming for Leeds soon. I mean, maybe not. Maybe Leicester might get a counter-attack goal, but I think looking at the way things are going, Leeds United are most probably going to get the goal if you see, because they have more of the possession, more counter-attacks, more attacking style, and according to this graph here, it looks like Leeds might get the first goal. But in football, you can never say never. So guys, just give me exactly a minute. I'm just going to check the scores of the other few matches that are there. So guys, I'm back. There's a free kick for Leeds United at the moment. A free kick in the 26th minute. So basically, Noel John has given us the updates. Thank you so much, Noel John. So I'm just going to pin them one by one. So Arsenal 0, Watford 0. There's a Leeds United dangerous attack at the moment. Can Leeds United produce something out of this attack? 26 minutes in, they look most possible to score. And now Everton 0, Tottenham nil. And it's a goal, guys. Leeds United have a goal. It's Rafinha once again. Leeds United's main man, as many would say. Rafinha with a goal, guys. So, I mean, Faithful will be pretty happy with that. He literally just said that Leeds United like they're going to score, guys. So, it's a good goal from Rafinha. Let me just update that. So it's 1-0, guys. Score is currently 1-0. So Fate 4 says yes. I mean, you did predict it, to be honest. It did look very possible. And Rafinha has got a yellow card already. So Leeds United taking the lead, guys. 1-0. I think it's well deserved based on the possession they had. So a good start from Leeds. And maybe Leeds United have what it takes to win the game after all. So Noel John says, "What's your prediction for Arsenal versus Watford?" I mean, I was planning to do Arsenal versus Watford. Oh my God, it's already a goal, guys. Leicester City have scored. It's 1-1. I mean, I feel really bad for Fate for who's a Leeds United fan, but I think the score is 1-1 already in the 20th minute. Leeds United hardly. Oh my God. I mean, it's a really interesting game. Yes, guys, the goal has been confirmed. It's 1-1. I mean, that was pretty quick. It's a goal by Harvey Barnes. What a game this has been. We've already had two goals in a space less than 5 minutes' time. Fate forces, damn. I mean, exactly the words you would use as a Leeds fan. Noel Jones says it was a freaky goal from Rafinha and he took his shirt off, so it was yellow. I mean, what was Rafinha thinking? Nothing against Rafinha, but it's just the first goal of the match. I mean, it must have been a pretty good goal for him to take his shirt off. Noel Jones says, "What an end-to-end game." I mean, this is absolutely what you get when Leeds United play. I mean, Leicester City play, but not that attacking. But it's always an end-to-end game when Leeds United play. And Leeds United versus Leicester City is obviously a fun game, and that is the reason I chose this game. I actually wanted to do Tottenham and Everton because it was Conte's first Premier League game, but I decided that the Leeds Leicester would be more interesting and fun to watch. So Fate Force says, yeah. So my prediction, answering Noel John's question, my prediction for the Arsenal Watford game is I'm predicting Arsenal to win this game, even though obviously I would prefer if Watford win because I'm a Man United fan. But I think Arsenal and Mikel Arteta are getting back to where they need to be. Sorry, and I have a feeling that it'll be a comfortable victory for them. So six throw-ins for Leeds, four for Leicester City. What a game it has been so far. 1-1, two goals within the space of 5 minutes. An interesting game as always promised. So Fate 4 says, I think he took his shirt off because he scored a long way out. I mean, I think that's the same reason because it would be quite silly to take your shirt off just after scoring one goal and there's a lot of time to go. So I think he must have scored a real worldie or something. So Bayu Augustio, if I've said your name correct, has says Leeds, go go go. So I'm assuming you're supporting Leeds tonight. Good to see we've got a few Leeds United fans. So a dangerous attack for Leicester City at the moment. 30 minutes in, guys, and we've got Leeds with the attack right now. A throw in for Leeds in 31st minute. So Noel John says, no, Rafinha took his shirt off to show something personal celebration. I think because he wasn't going crazy about the goal. Rafinha's goal was nothing too crazy. I mean, maybe it was because of that. Sometimes players do that. I mean, nothing wrong about it. I mean, I'm definitely going to watch the celebration after the match or at halftime too. Fate forces, okay, I am watching it. So, guys, we've been 30 minutes into this game. I mean, a game that has promised goals. My prediction is still 3-2, and it still can happen. It's still my prediction 3-2. But I think the prediction from Fate 4 was 2-1. Yes, his prediction was 2-1. So, according to him, I think Leeds have to score another goal. So, we've got 6 people watching. Thank you guys so much for watching once again. If you're enjoying the stream, then please be sure to like, subscribe. So Noel John says, I think there was something written on his undershirt, so maybe to showcase that. Yes, I mean that could be a really good reason. I think many sometimes for some occasion, I wouldn't say death mostly, but for something special, a special celebration, they've people this players usually have something written just below. I mean, when they remove their shirt, I think many players have done that before. I think Wayne Rooney's done that, Mario Balotelli has done that. It's not always in a negative form, but sometimes that's a celebration, so nothing wrong against that. But Rafinha did get a yellow card, so he's got to be careful now. So fate forces 2-1 or maybe 3-2, only a one goal difference like the Norwich game. So I think you're still backing Leeds to win, but I think I'm going to stick to my prediction. I think it's going to be a 3-2 win for Leicester City. I mean, it could be a close win. I'm pretty interested to see some of the stats after the game, especially of Dan James as a striker. I mean, I have been following him quite a lot after the Man United, after he's left Man United, just to see how he's performing so far. So Noel John says yes, true. So guys, we are 30, almost 34 minutes in. So Fate 4 says yes, it's going to be close, but I'm backing Leeds. I mean, nothing against that. Obviously, you're a Leeds United fan and you'd want Leeds to win. I would do the same if I was a Leeds United fan. But I think either team can win this game. Either team, both the teams have the players to do it. I mean, Leeds United, they scored a goal, and within the I think 3 minutes, Leicester City got the goal. So pretty equal game, I'd say so far. Leeds United look the better side, but if you see this stat, shooting conversion, Leicester have 100% shooting conversion in the game. A corner for Leeds United by Dallas Stewart, and it's a dangerous attack for Leeds United at the moment. And it's another corner kick. So we've almost had like 4 3 corner kicks for Leeds United in this first half, and it's nothing. It's led to nothing much. So Noel John says maybe Leicester wins 3-1 since my prediction was wrong. I mean, I'm honestly really bad at predicting stuff. I actually predicted the Man United versus Man City game to be a win for Man United. I don't know what I was thinking. My prediction, I'm going to stick with it 3-2 to Leicester. It will probably turn out to be wrong, but I'm going to stick with it. So, guys, out of the 3 games so far, this is the only game that has goals. All the other games are nil-nil at the moment. We've got 6 people watching. Once again, guys, thank you so much for joining the stream. Noel John says, Bailey own goal cost them a lot. I mean, tell me about it, seriously. I was pretty frustrated with that because I thought Eric Bailey played really well in the Champions League, but unfortunately, he had to score an own goal. So there's a free kick for Leeds United. Obviously, I think Rafinha will be on this free kick too. It's not led to anything. Fate forces BRB. Not really sure what that means. I mean, I'm really backward in all acronyms and stuff. I think I'm going to Google that. So is the goal kick for Leicester City, guys, 36 minutes in. So I have googled it, and the full form of BRB means be right back. And as you can see, Noel John has let me know. Thank you so much, Noel John. I mean, I was really struggling to figure out what that meant, but so Fate Four is going to be back in a couple, I'm guessing, guys. Thanks a lot, Noel John. Noel John says penalty miss for Arsenal, bro. It's Aubameyang. Oh my god. I mean, Aubameyang is pretty consistent in penalties. Obviously, he's a main taker. I'm pretty happy about that, but I still think that Arsenal will manage to win the game. So we've got a throw in for Leeds United. I mean, they've had a couple of throw ins. I mean, I'm really glad I chose this game to do the watch along because I was really tight on whether I'll do the Tottenham game. I mean, not in a million years did I ever think to do the Arsenal versus Watford game, but I was pretty convinced that I was going to do the Tottenham game versus Everton because it was going to be Antonio Conte's first game. But for some reason, I felt that it wouldn't be a fun game to watch. And I think that whenever Leeds play, they play beautiful football. So therefore, Leeds United versus Leicester was the game I chose. Noel John says the keeper saved it. I mean, I'm pretty happy to hear that because I'm a big fan of Ben Foster. I totally follow his YouTube channel, so pretty happy for that. Pretty happy for him. So, so now we have a free kick for Leicester City. Noel John says Ben Foster's cycling GK saved it. I mean, nothing against him, but I mean, I used to really enjoy his GoPro. Unfortunately, it's not allowed in the Premier League right now. So we've got a free kick for Leicester City, guys. It's now a dangerous attack. Leicester moving the ball a little backwards. So we had 6 free kicks from Leeds, 2 from Leicester. Quite a lot. So Fate 4 says, what positions does everyone play if you play football? I play goalkeeper, says Fate 4. So guys, you can let me know in the chat. Myself, I mean, I do play goalkeeper, but not that much. I'm usually play as I'd say like just today I was playing football, like roughly 2 hours ago. I'm not even kidding. I had just some tuition classes and then I had played football and I actually played as a goalkeeper, but then I changed into a forward. But I think mainly I'd say in my life so far I've played as a forward compared to any other position. Llewellyn John says I play as a defensive midfielder. I mean, defensive midfield is a pretty interesting position. I mean, I always like to play mostly as a center back sometimes, but it's not like I don't play like professional football or anything. Just a few fun games with friends and all. So you can change positions throughout the match, but I think my most comfortable position is mainly I'd say forward. Fate forces, nice. So guys, we are closing into the first half, getting over 45 minutes, almost brushed up and done the game. A few stats we've got: top scorers for Leicester 7 goals for Jamie Vardy, 3 for Rafinha. So the ball's safe in the Leicester half. We're pretty close to halftime at the moment. I mean, it's a really interesting first half for both the teams, and we've got an injury for Leicester City. So let's just get to know who this injury is at the moment because all we know is this injury. So Noel John says Saka had scored for Arsenal, but it was offside. I mean, so Arsenal obviously looks like they have been the better side so far because they missed a penalty, obviously, and now they had an offside goal. So Harvey Barnes is the player that is injured, guys. I mean, that's a pretty big blow for Leicester, I would say. Fate 4 says goalkeeper, left winger, left midfielder, all my positions I can play. I mean, when you play like I'm quite young, I'd say. I'm like 15 or something. So when you play school football, you basically play everywhere, or like literally you change positions every 5 minutes. So Fate forces here. So guys, closing into halftime at the moment, roughly 4 minutes left. Fate forces right back. I mean, I was kind of confused at the moment. I was thinking what RN means, so no problem. I mean, I did play right back for some time, but the problem with right back is I'm not really good at tackling. I mean, I'm good at taking the ball forward and putting it across, but I'm really horrible at tackling. So, guys, we've got Leeds United on the attack right now. I mean, the chat has been pretty interesting. We've got some wonderful viewers here who's keeping the game really interesting at the moment, like Faithful and Noel John, who've been absolutely consistent. And Javi Harvey Barnes is back from injury, so that's good for Leicester. Noel John, all these goals of Arsenal are not coming. They keep pushing, but they can't get the goal yet. So I'm assuming that Arsenal are basically dominating the game. If I'm right, I'm not pretty sure because I don't really watch Arsenal that much. So guys, nearly into halftime. Fate forces because I'm a goalkeeper. I'm good at sliding and I'm really quite fast. I mean, I was fast I say 2 years ago, but now I'm very slow. Not super slow, but my speed has dropped off completely. I mean, I like playing as goalkeeper, but for some reason, I really get scared of the ball, especially when I know some of my friends kick the ball really, really hard for no reason, even if it doesn't go in the goal, they just smash the ball. So that's why I'm not mostly the goalkeeper, but I do play goalkeeper a few times. So guys, Leicester in the ball position at the moment. Most cards this season. Pascal's Church, obviously, I mean, I think he got a red card. I think this season he has had one red card and two yellow cards. So a throw in for Leeds United. And now Leeds United on the attack again, guys. Less than 3 minutes. Noel John says, "Same, bro. My physicality has gone down a lot, maybe because of lockdown. I think I think the lockdown has put everybody in a backward mode. I mean, I think this year, I've literally gone without playing football for almost a year. And this year, I think 3 months ago was the first time I actually played like competitive football with my friends and stuff. Obviously, I played alone in the lawn or something, but like competitive football, I've just played like 3 months ago, and I was like, literally without football for 1 year due to lockdown. So lockdown has done everyone bad, but I mean, it's life at the end of the day. Fate forces, I feel you. So guys, right now Leicester City, the ball's safe in their own half, pretty close to halftime, I'd say 44 minutes. Still 1-1. So if my prediction were to come through, then we should have. Let me do the math. I'm assuming 5 goals. No, 4 goals. No, 3 goals. Sorry, 3 goals. I'm not really good at maths, but 3 goals in the second half for my prediction. So it's a goal kick for Leeds United. So Noel John says, "Will you stream the ISL first match Kerala was Blasters with ADK?" So if many of you guys don't know, this is about the Indian Super League that's in my country. It's like the Premier League of Indian football in India. So I mean, I might not do it because I'm getting pretty close to my examinations, but I might do it because I think the ISL starts on the 19th. So maybe I'm going to do it or not. I'm not really sure. It depends on the way my studies go at the moment because I really need to start studying. So we've got a dangerous attack for Leeds United, guys. This could be a real breakthrough for them. We are into added time. Let's see if they can make something of this attack. Leeds United moving the ball about. So still nothing much from Leeds. And in injury time, 2 minutes added. Noel John says, "Oh yeah, same bro, even I have exams. I mean, my exams are pretty close, I'd say, and this year is a main year for me." So Fate 4 says, "Oh, okay, that sounds cool. I think the league just got added to FIFA. Yes, the ISL has just been added to FIFA just this year. I mean, obviously, I don't have FIFA. I've been bugging my parents to buy the game for me, but unfortunately, it's not happened. So, I mean, I really want to play career mode after all. I've seen a lot of YouTubers play career mode, and that's something I really want to do. Seems very interesting, but unfortunately, don't have the game." So Noel John says, "IDK if I will even get the remote to watch the match, lol." I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm going to watch the first match, obviously. I think my exams are like 2 weeks after the first game, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to get to watch the match, but I'm not really sure if I'm going to be able to stream it, like do a watch along and stuff. So, guys, we're really close towards halftime, and Fate forces. I only have some small tests next week. I mean, lucky you. For me, I've got like major, meaning like the most important exams, I'd say, till now in my life. That's my 10th exams. It's like really important. Luckily for me, they are like choice based questions. So, guys, we are exactly at halftime. A pretty interesting game, I'd say. We've got like 45 minutes more to go, and it's been so far so good. So Fate Force says it's really good. Career mode is so cool. Oh my god, it's making me want the game even more. Unfortunately, I'm not allowed to get it, and maybe I can get it next year when the next game releases. I'm guessing. I mean, I really wanted the game this year, but unfortunately, I'm at a really important time in my studies wise, I'd say, and my school wise, and this year is really important. So, trying to focus on that. So Noel John says, "What's your summary on the first half?" So really good question. To begin with, I mean, I'm not actually really watching the game at the moment. I'm mostly focused on the chat, so I'm hardly looking at the screen. But looking at the game, looking at the possession stats and everything, Leeds United started the game pretty well. They had like three shots and all of them on target. So pretty good start for Leeds, and they did score a quick goal. So I'd say good play from Leeds United at the moment. And I'd say they have been the better side, even though Leicester have scored a goal. I would say Leeds United have been the better side. As you can see, possession stats 60% go to Leeds, attack 26%. So Leeds the better side, but Leicester keeping them on their toes, conversion rate 50%, 50% for both the sides. So Fate Force says, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to rub it in your face." No, don't, no problem. I didn't actually take it that way. I didn't take it that way, honestly. It's just really frustrating because I wanted the game so badly, but my parents just said no. Up till next year. Maybe next year's my year. Fate Force says, "Be right back again." I mean, really happy that I can learn the acronym BRB. Thanks for that. It's really helped me. Next time anyone says that, I don't need to Google it. So, guys, I'm just going to give you, let's just check how the other teams are doing so far in the Premier League. I mean, I'd be really happy if I get the news story that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has been sacked. That would probably be the best day of my Man United life because it's so frustrating at the moment. So, still, Leeds United versus Leicester is the only game that has goals. Goals for many other games. So, we're basically 1 hour into the stream. I mean, time flies back. It's like flies so fast. I didn't even realize we're 1 hour in. So Noel John says it's still nil-nil. I think yes, it is nil-nil for all the other games except this game, which I'm really happy I chose. So guys, we are at halftime, 1-1 at the moment. I mean, I think there are like 10 minutes left for the second half to resume, so I'm just gonna check what's happening. This is such an action-packed game, says Noel John. I mean, Leeds United always a major fun to watch. I feel so pretty happy to see them. It's a pretty even game. I'm happy it's 1-1. Not that I don't want Leeds to win, nothing like that. I'm happy it's 1-1 because it's always interesting when games start 1-1 because you never know what's going to happen next. And if someone's leading 2-1, then mostly the opposition side kind of, just rests a bit and the attacking position continues to attack. So a game at 1-1 is it's a really intriguing game for someone to watch who doesn't support either side. If you're a fan of one of these two teams, then it's a really tense game. But if you're not a fan and you're just watching a game for fun, like me, it's a pretty interesting score. So Fate Forces, I wonder what Bielsa is thinking putting James forward and James in midfield. I mean, Daniel James is a player that can play in multiple positions. Obviously, he didn't do too great for Manchester United, but mainly he played as a winger. But I think Marcelo Bielsa will find a way to fit him into the team. I think last week he did play in the midfield and now he is again in the attack, but I think he will settle very well for Leeds. Noel Jones says Norwich are really struggling in the PL. I mean, Norwich, I think they just sacked their coach, Daniel Fark. So I think I think Norwich will get relegated. I feel really sad for them because they just came back, I think, from the championship this season. So it's pretty sad for them, but it's just how football is. Not in midfield, he put Rodrigo in James' spot. So for this game currently, I think that's what I'm trying to say. So Daniel James is playing Rodrigo's spot. So I'm pretty sure Rodrigo is like the attacking midfielder, isn't he? I'm really confused. I mean, Rodrigo as a signing, let me know how he's been because I don't think he surpassed his expectations when he joined Leeds. I think more was expected from Rodrigo, but this is based on my view. Obviously, I don't watch every game of Leeds and analyze them, but based on the games I watched, I think there was more expected from Rodrigo as a overall player. But he's a really good player. But I think there was a little more expected from him. So Smith got sacked as well. I mean, yes, I just heard the news like 30 minutes before the game began. I was pretty shocked by the news that Dean Smith has got sacked, but it just shows what a competitive club Aston Villa are. And just imagine, Manchester United, such a big club, cannot sack Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. But a club like Aston Villa, really good. I mean, their owner came out with a really strong statement after they sold Jack Grealish. They just sacked Dean Smith, and I'm pretty sure they're going to know what they're doing. Rodrigo scored a really long way out last week. I mean, Rodrigo's a really good player. I'm not denying any of that. It's just that when Rodrigo was signed, I think last season, I think he was Leeds United most expensive fee, if I'm not sure. I'm really bad at statistical stuff, but I think there was a lot more expected from him when he joined from Valencia, if I'm not wrong, as a player. Was it Valencia? I think it was Valencia. Or was it Villarreal? No, I think it was Valencia. So Rodrigo and Leeds. It's a long story. Fate Force says buffering. Sorry about that. Just give me a minute. I'm just gonna check my internet. Just give me a quick minute, guys. I'll be back in a two. So guys, I'm back. Can you please let me know because I'm really not sure. Am I back? Because I'm really confused. I just checked the net again. I'm really confused right now. It's an emoji. I'm sorry. I mean, no problem. So I mean, just a false alarm, I would say. So let's just continue the stream, guys. Fate forces this emoji. I'm sorry. Absolutely no problem. I mean, everyone makes a mistake. Noel John says just emoji. Thank you so much, guys, for letting me know. So, guys, let's just start a bit of a debate here, just to make the stream a little bit fun. We're still in halftime. Not a lot of time to go before it resumes, but let's just start a bit of a debate. So let's compare two players and say, let me know, guys, who you think is a better player between. Let's take one player from Leeds and one player from Leicester as both the teams are playing right now. So Patrick Bamford versus Jamie Vardy. Who, according to you guys, is the better striker? According to me, I'll let you know what I'm. According to me, who's the better striker, but let me know who's going to be better striker for y'all. Fate 4 says, going for dinner, be back after. Sure, take your time. I mean, I've got to have dinner too, but I'm trying to have it after the game. So you can have dinner, you can have something to drink, anything. And Wadi all day says Fate 4. I mean, obviously think Jamie Wadi is a better striker. Nothing against Bamford. He's a really good striker. And I felt that he had to be in the England squad for the Euros and he had to play some games. But I think Jamie Vardy is really underrated as a player. And he's been so consistent for Leicester City. So, guys, we're pretty close for the second half to be resuming. I'm also going to take a break, have something to drink, and I'll be back in like 5 minutes. Noel John says, Wadi bro, no question. So I think it's a clear cut win that people like Wadi more than Bamford. Nothing against Bamford. He's a really good striker. really consistent player, but Jamie Vardy is really underrated for some reason, and I really like Jamie Vardy as a player. And I mean, his celebrations are like iconic. So, guys, I'll be back in 5 minutes, and I'll see you as soon as the second half restarts. Till then, I'm just going to continue keeping the stream on. Don't worry, I'm not. The stream's not going to go off or anything, but I'll see you guys in 5 minutes. So, guys, I'm back, and so is Noel John. Nice to see you back. So, basically, what I did is I just went and I watched the goals too, and I've got to say, the let's just start with the goal by Leeds United Rafinha. I mean, it's not a brilliant free kick or anything. It's a really good free kick to be honest, but the keeper's a little unlucky because there were a couple of players in his way. So I would say a lucky goal, not exactly. I'm not sure if Rafinha was aiming for goal. I'm pretty sure he was trying to get a cross in or something because it was a low into the corner, but it's pretty unlucky for the goalkeeper, unfortunately, and that's how football is. Whereas the goal by Javi Barnes, I've got to say, if you guys have watched it, it's an absolutely superb goal by Javi Barnes. You can check that goal out on YouTube. Absolutely superb goal, guys. So, Fate Force back 2. So, guys, we are so close to starting the stream again. We've got our main chat members back, and the game between Tottenham and Everton has started. Just a quick information that the game is nil-nil in all other games except this one. So, guys, let me know how you feel of the international break. So, the second half has just started, guys. We've just started the second half. I mean, this is going to be the last game for Leeds United, Leicester City, basically all Premier League clubs. And then there's the international break, which I personally don't like at all. But unfortunately, it's just how it is. Noel John says, yeah, bro, outside the box and called it in Barnes goal. I mean, it was a lovely goal to watch. Honestly, I just watched the video and it was an absolutely superb goal. I mean, the Rafinha goal was good too, but it was a bit lucky, I'd say, because it was unlucky for the goalkeeper. And I'm not sure if he was aiming for goal, but Rafinha has scored a few similar goals and it was a good goal for him. So it's a better start from Leicester City, I'd say, so far. They've got a 5.2 averaging corners per half. So, guys, if anyone wants to change their predictions, you can. But I'm going to stick with my prediction. Obviously, my prediction is 3-2. I think Fate Force prediction was is going to be a one goal difference. So either 3-2, 2-1, stuff like that. So Rudy Tillemans had a shot that he has a 20% converting rate and he just missed a shot. But the ball is with Leeds United safe again. So we're just 1 minute into the second half, guys. We've got like another 44 minutes left. It's going to be really interesting half to see. We've got 4 people watching. Thank you guys so much for joining the stream once again. If you're new to the channel, then please be sure to like and subscribe so you get notified every time I post a video. It's going to be pretty often from now. Noel John says, I think 3-1. I mean, can you specify to who exactly? I think you mean Leeds United, if I'm not sure if I remember. I mean, it could be Leicester, honestly. I have no idea if you've changed your mind, but my prediction is 3-2 to Leicester. So the position back with Leeds United at the moment. So Noel John says Leicester. So I mean, even I'm backing Leicester, honestly. So we've got 2 people who are backing Leicester, and obviously we've got Faithful, who's a Leeds United fan, and obviously, I mean, expected he's going to back Leeds. So nothing against that. So he backs Leeds to win. No, John, I was always going for Leicester. Oh, sorry. So I think that was I'm pretty sure there was someone in the chat who said Leeds to. I mean, it doesn't matter. I don't have really time to scroll down the full chat, but so we've cleared that up. So Noah John is backing Leicester, and so am I. He's backing them to win 3-1. I'm backing them to win 3-2. Pretty close. So a corner kick for Leeds United, guys, in the 49th minute. And it's a shot off target by Calvin Phillips. So guys, I'm just gonna put a pretty quick poll at the moment. It's gonna be basically who guys think is gonna finish high in the Premier League table. Give me a minute. So it's a dangerous attack for Leeds United at the moment. So Leeds United is starting the second half really well at the moment. Let's just check some of the possession stats. So Leeds United have 61% possession. So Leeds United dominating the game. So it's a corner kick for Leeds United once again. Noel John says Ronaldo's late equalizer versus Atlanta was magical. I mean, I had kind of mixed emotions when I watched that goal because Man United were going to lose 2-1 and I thought he was going to get sacked. So I wouldn't say I was unhappy that Ronaldo scored, but I was kind of really confused, I would say, in the moment because I really thought that would be the end of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. But trust me, I wasn't. I'm not gonna. I wasn't sad that Ronaldo scored. I mean, it's classical Ronaldo, a last-minute winner or a last-minute equalizer. So I was filled with mixed emotions at the moment, but I think it really helps for Manchester United in the Champions League. I mean, but it was a pretty good goal, just in the first time volley, classical Ronaldo. I mean, no other striker could do it better than him. So fate forces Leicester higher by one. So we've got 100% people saying Leicester gonna do it. Interesting. I mean, imagine the scenes if Leeds United finish higher. That would be absolutely brilliant to watch. So, guys, 51 minutes into the match, still 1-1. I'm still expecting a few more goals in this game. So, another throw in for Leeds United. They've had a couple of throw ins in this game, and so have Leicester. So, Leeds United with the attack once again, guys. So Noel Jones says, who would have thought Messi at PSG and Ronaldo back at Man United? I mean, it's just classical. It's just football at the end of the day. I mean, it's absolutely brilliant. I mean, especially if you're a Man United fan, you know the emotions this summer when everyone thought Ronaldo was going to go to Man City, and that it was just like quick within a day, it all changed. It was absolutely brilliant. I mean, I think this has been one of the best summers as a transfer window, honestly. Fate forces just to say you inspired me to film some videos similar to this on my Fully Football channel. I mean, that's really good to know. Thank you so much. I'm not really sure how big of an inspiration I am. I mean, I'm pretty small as myself as a channel, but good to see you started a channel. I mean, on my Fully Football. So, is the channel's name Fully Football channel? I'm really confused at the moment. I mean, I didn't know you have a channel, Faithful. So, if you have a way, you can comment the link on the description. I'll check it out surely. So, what kind of teams do you think guys are gonna make it into the top four this season? Just to kind of create a spark, because I think the teams making it to the top four this season are going to be, I'd say, Manchester United, Liverpool, Chelsea, and I think I'm really confused because I think Tottenham have got Antonio Conte, but I don't think they're gonna go into the top four. So Fate Forces is called Fitness Football. I haven't posted a lot. I mean, you can always start from any time now. I mean, frustrating as it's really frustrating as a small channel. Trust me, I understand myself because you work really hard on a video or you try to post a video and it doesn't go viral or it just gets a few views and it's really frustrating. But with time, you get used to it, and at some point of time, something's going to happen and one of your videos is going to blow up, and then it's going to be a continuous cycle. Sometimes you'll have bad days as a channel. That's absolutely happened with me. So, I mean, it's really frustrating as a small channel, but I think you'll find your way, surely. Noel John says, Fate force his channel whenever my Oh, never mind, my bad. I mean, you're just trying to help, so nothing wrong about that. So, Finnish football, pretty good name, pretty catchy name, I'd say. So, Leeds United on the attack, guys, once again. Looks like they're going to be the side that's going to open the scoring, according to me, looking on the possession based. So, still nil-nil in the other games that are taking place. Corner kick for Leeds United. So Fate Four says fourth West Ham United, third Man United, second Liverpool, first Manchester City. I mean, that's a pretty strong prediction for West Ham United. Might happen. So just a quick interruption, guys. Dan James had a shot off target, but it's a goal kick for Leicester. I mean, Man City, even I think they're going to win the league. Liverpool second seems good. Man United third. I doubt that. I think Man United might be fourth, but it's your prediction, so nothing wrong with that. It's going to be really tough for Manchester United to regain form because I think they're currently going to be 10th if the games go as they are at the moment. Fate Forces, I mean, I think what he meant is Man City. I mean, understood. I mean, Leeds United, I think last season I would probably tip them to be in the top six the way they started the season. They were really good as a team. I mean, their first season where, I mean, they lost to Liverpool, but they were probably the better side on that day. They were absolutely fantastic in the first season, and I would easily say they would be in the top six, but unfortunately, something just went off. Noel John says Chelsea should be there in the top five, in my opinion. I mean, I absolutely agree. I think Chelsea will be. I think Chelsea might even win the league. They have the squad to do that. They've got a brilliant manager. I think one of the best in the world. I would say currently the top five managers in the world. He's currently in the rank three or four at the moment. So Leeds United just had another attack with a shot off target by Dan James. So it looks like Leeds United are really pushing for the goal, guys. And another shot off target by Rodrigo. So Leeds United looking the better side at the moment. So we finally had a goal in the other games, guys. So basically, the score between Watford and Arsenal is 1-0 to Arsenal. Thank you so much, Faithful, for the update. I've just checked it, and the goal is from Emil Smith Rowe. He's been absolutely brilliant in this season. It's 1-0 to Arsenal. Thank you so much, Faithful, for that update. I mean, Arsenal, I expected them to get the win, and I think it's going to be 3-0 win for them. Smith Rowe is such an important player for us, for Arsenal. So, guys, it's a corner kick for Leicester City. I mean, I personally think Leeds United will get the first goal. Let's just wait and see. Noel John says, I think we should start a debate once more. Any questions? So let's see. If you have any questions, guys, in the comments, please be sure to share them with the chat and the stream, and I shall read them out. So let me just think of an interesting question to be as a debate. I mean, I would probably say that let's just go with the coaches of both the teams. Marcelo Bielsa versus Brendan Rodgers. Now, this is a pretty interesting question, I would say, because I'm going to give you my point of view first. I think Marcelo Bielsa is an absolutely fantastic coach. Wherever he goes, he mostly stays for 2 seasons, but I think he's gone three, almost three with Leeds right now. I mean, he's played good attacking football. On the other hand, Brendan Rodgers, a very successful coach, he's won the FA Cup. He is also the coach of Liverpool, Celtic. I mean, he did absolutely fantastic for Leicester in their first season. So it's a pretty close debate, I'd say. I mean, obviously, Bielsa is a better coach attacking wise. So let me know, guys, what do you think? Fate 4 says Bielsa is better. I mean, I would think that Bielsa is a better attacking coach, a better coach overall, but if you count everything, I think Brendan Rodgers does have more trophies than Marcelo Bielsa. If you count that stat too, I think playing wise, the style of football, obviously Marcelo Bielsa is the better manager. But I think if you count overall, if you count both the squads, I'd say Leicester have a better squad than Leeds. But I feel Bielsa gets more out of the squad, and I think he would do better with a better squad. Nothing. I think Leeds have a good squad. Nothing against their squad, but if you compare both the squads as an overall, obviously Leicester have a better squad, but it looks like Bielsa is getting better than what actually is expected of the squad. So I think I'm using the word squad a bit too much here. So guys, according to me, I'd say Bielsa is a better manager, but if you look at the overall, I'd say Rodgers has done well for Liverpool. Obviously, he got sacked, moved to Celtic, came back and did really well with Leicester, got them in the top six for continuous, I think, 2 seasons. So, I mean, it's a really close debate for me. Jake Abdullah says Bielsa is better. So, we've got one more vote towards Marcelo Bielsa. Pretty interesting. So, many people saying Bielsa as their coach, would as a better coach. We've got another opinion, but it's from Noel John who says, I personally like Rogers more. I mean, the way I would argue the debate on the way I'd say settle my verdict on this debate is if you asked me personally, like you asked me today, who would I prefer as a coach for Manchester United? Obviously, I'm going to say Marcelo Bielsa. There's no way I'm going to say Brendan Rodgers, but if you overall calculate it based on the stats and stuff like that, maybe it's a close debate. But personally, the way I'm choosing Bielsa is if you ask me Bielsa or Rodgers for Manchester United just today, I'm gonna say Marcelo Bielsa any year, any day of the year. So that's why it's I think Marcelo Bielsa for me is the better coach. But I'd say Brendan Rodgers isn't that far as many people would think. So guys, we're closing in on 60 minutes, 30 minutes more to go from this game. Still no goals, but I'm expecting goals to be coming fast and quick. So we've had two debates so far. I think the Vardy one was a clear cut. Everyone agreed that Jamie Vardy is a better striker than Bamford. I think even most people agree that Bielsa is a better coach, but Noel John, obviously, even I can understand why he would choose Brendan Rodgers. I mean, Brendan Rodgers has done really well with Leicester, but overall, if you asked me, like you just asked me today who I would prefer in Manchester United, that's what makes me choose Bielsa because I would prefer Bielsa any year of the day. So, any day of the year. Oh my god. I mean, I'm really confused. It's any day of the year. Yeah, I've messed that quote up. Anyways, so guys, it's a goal kick for Leeds United in the 63rd minute. So we've got a few questions in the chat, really interesting and surprised to answer them. So let's just begin with the first question by Fate 4 says debate Kane versus Liva. So Lewandowski, brilliant striker, according to me, deserves the Ballon d'Or. That's my points on him to begin with. Harry Kane, really good striker, has a poor start to this season, a really poor start. I mean, the Man City transfer thing must have really messed with his mind. He has no trophies. Lewandowski, easily more than 10 trophies. More goals, I think it goes to Lewandowski. Who I would choose in my team starting 11, I think I would go with Lewandowski, and therefore I think Lewandowski is a better striker than Harry Kane. Harry Kane, maybe if he had some trophies, would come near, but Lewandowski is just so consistent and consistently gets 30 plus goals in every season for Bayern Munich. So it's Lewandowski for me. Moving towards Sheikh Abdullah's question. Who do you think is better, Primes, Hazard, or Salah? I mean, that's a really interesting question because Prime Hazard was absolutely fantastic with Chelsea. I mean, he always haunted Manchester United as a club. His solo goals absolutely brilliant. But I think what we are seeing currently is Prime Salah that is superb, scoring literally a goal every match. Looks like not one of the best. I'm sorry, the best player in the world currently. I would say it's a really hard question. I mean, I think that's one of the best questions someone's asked me today because it's really hard to decide because Hazard was absolutely fantastic at Chelsea. Trust me, in his last 3 years, he was basically the main star. And Salah has been so good for Liverpool. It's such a hard question for me to decide. I mean, I would love to know what the chat thinks. It's going to be really hard for me to decide, but oh my god, who am I going to choose? Hazard or Salah? Salah's been really good right now. I mean, I'm finding it really hard to reach an agreement right now. You know what? Just based on this, I think I'm going to go with Salah because for some reason I think I'm going to go in. I'm going to go towards Mohamed Salah. I mean, nothing against Prime Hazard. It's a really close fight for me, but I think Prime Salah is a better player. So let's take another question. Fate for Hazard by 7 years. So Noel John says, I mean, I'm really backward on the chat, so I'm going to do it a little faster at the moment. A free kick by Leicester, just to update you guys on the game. So Fate 4 says, agreed. Then he also says, Noel John says, who do you like more, Mason Mount or Foden? I think Foden is an absolutely brilliant player. Mason Mount, a good player too. Again, a tough debate, but to be quick, I think Foden has probably a brighter future than Mason Mount. But at the moment, Mason Mount's really good for Chelsea. But I would go towards Phil Foden. I mean, I'm pretty sure many people would inch towards Mason Mount. Nothing against that, but I'm just going to go with Foden at the moment because I think Foden has a better future than Mason Mount. Noel John says, I like Mount. I mean, absolutely nothing against that. I mean, Mount is a really good player. Nothing, I'm not, no enmity towards Chelsea or anything. I just feel like Foden has a better future at the moment, and he's going to be the better player. So moving to the next question, Noel John says, Leva is such a baller man. If you want someone to score goals, Leva. I mean, he's such an underrated player to begin with. Robert Lewandowski has been an absolutely underrated player. To be honest, you can't really blame him as a player because it's really tough to be a top player when you're living in a world with Messi and Ronaldo. This doesn't mean I hate either of the players. I mean, it's honestly really lucky to have both these players in a generation. But if you're another player like, say, Lewandowski, Neymar, maybe probably you would say Mbappe now at the moment. It's really hard to shine when there are superb players like Messi and Ronaldo. It's really difficult to get some fame and recognition. Even Benzema, such an underrated striker. So a corner kick towards Leicester. Let's move on to the next question. Fate Forces agreed. Noel John says, I would go with Leva. Noel John also says, I was very sad when Harry Kane lost the Euros. I mean, I actually backed England to win the Euros. I mean, it was so frustrating because I was actually hoping for France, and then I just quickly turned my back and I went towards England. It's really sad to see because he could have won his first trophy, but I think he needs to leave Tottenham. Nothing against Tottenham. I mean, it's really sad too. Noel John says, I think Salah. I mean, I think you're talking about the Salah versus Prime Hazard debate. So another person who's saying Salah. Jake Abdullah says, I think Salah edges it. Good to know. Noel John says, yes, true, but I am a Mount fan. So nothing against that. Mount is a really good player, honestly. I mean, he did have a drop towards the end of the season, but he's been absolutely brilliant this season, Mason Mount. Jake Abdullah says Foden is better. I think currently at the moment I would say maybe Foden is a better player, but the reason I choose Foden is I think he's going to have a better future than Mason Mount. Faithful says Robert Lewandowski. I mean, that joke is absolutely going to live on. And it's a goal by Leicester City. Oh my god, this is going to really hurt Faithful. What a bad time for Leicester City to score a goal. It's 2-1 towards Leicester City. I mean, I would love to know your reaction, chat. It's a goal by Lookman. It's 2-1 in the 67th minute. It's a goal by Leicester City. I mean, it's really sad for Faithful because, I mean, he was hoping he's a Leeds fan, obviously. What a time for Leicester City to score. You've still got like 23 minutes left, so anything can happen. But my prediction was 3-2. Still very possible, guys, but it looks like Leicester City might just win this game. Noel John says yes, very true. Noel John says yes, get in 3-1 my prediction, please come through. I mean, Noel John's gonna have a time of his life. His prediction is coming through. I mean, I think it might be 3-1, but maybe Leeds can get a goal back and my prediction can come through. I mean, I would love to know what Fate 4 is thinking at the moment. Jake Abdullah says no, so I'm assuming he was supporting Leeds United at the moment. I mean, it's just a game of football according to me. Obviously, It means a lot to other people who are actually supporting, because I'm just watching this game as a commoner. I'm not actually supporting either side. I'm just watching this game as a fun for stream. I'm not a fan of either both teams. I mean, I do like Leeds as a team, but so guys, a goal for Leicester. That's the latest that we know till now, and the game continues. And the goal has been ruled out for offside, guys. So it's clearly offside. It's an offside goal. The goal doesn't count. Noel John with a sad face there. No, OMG. I mean, that must have been a really strong attack for Faithful. Faithful says, I went to get something to eat, stress eating. I mean, you can cheer up once again. The goal is offside. I mean, I feel sad for Noel John now, but I feel happy for Faithful too. So it's a still pretty equal score. Still, your prediction can come true. Faithful says, haha, yes. I mean, he looks pretty happy. Jake Abdullah says, yes, get in. So Leicester, people who are backing Leeds to win this game, good for them, because it currently looks like it's still 1-1, guys. The game is still 1-1 at the moment, so anything can happen. So let's just take some more questions from the chat at the moment. Jake Abdullah says, Haaland or Mbappe. I mean, I think Mbappe needs to do much better at the way he's developing. He hasn't really improved, I would say. I think he's a fantastic player, taking nothing away from him. He's an absolutely fantastic player, but he's really got to improve as a player from his levels. I mean, I don't see much difference in what he's been doing for the past 2 seasons. He's not really taking his game to the next level, whereas Erling Haaland, according to me, is going to be the better player. I think he's going to be one of the top players in the world. I think Erling Haaland, I take him any day. Mbappe, obviously, a really good player, but he's really got to up his game to the next level, like Erling Haaland has done. For me, I would choose Erling Haaland, but Mbappe is a really good, he's a really fantastic player. Obviously, the top five players in the world if you count them in sense of future talents. Noah John says Mbappe has good future, but Haaland has two. Oh, this is so close. Noah John says, I love them both. I mean, I love them both too, but I would just tip Erling Haaland as a better player. But Haaland like champagne. I mean, Haaland is a really good player, to be honest. I think he's going to be a really good player. He's got a clumsy agent, I would say. Clumsy in the sense of him posting stuff. He's pretty good at his job because he's got players like Pogba and Haaland under him. So I'm assuming he's like a really good agent. It's a tie for me now that I think of it. I mean, I would really inch towards Haaland. I mean, I don't nothing against you or anything, but I just have a feeling Haaland has really developed his game from what he was. He literally changed his future in 1 year compared to what Mbappe has done. Mbappe taking away nothing from him, super player, but I think Haaland is better. And Mbappe gets scared easy, says Faithful. I mean, Mbappe, I feel really sad for him after that penalty miss in the Euros, but the thing that kind of disappoints me is you see, I mean, I might be absolutely wrong on this, guys. When you see players like Mbappe missing a penalty on social media, on Twitter, literally on every site you see, the news spreads that we are all with Mbappe. It's a very sad day for him. I mean, it's a really bad luck for him. Mbappe, it's just a small shot in his career. He's going to bounce back. But when you see players like Marcus Rashford, Jadon Sancho, Bukayo Saka missing a penalty, there's a lot of criticism on them. So I think it's really unfair for that. Obviously, Mbappe is better than all of them, but I think Mbappe is the kind of player that has a super future, but it's kind of overrated at the moment. Fate Force says it's one of those locker room jokes. Jake Abdullah says, I think Haaland's future is brighter. Obviously, I actually think too. I think Mbappe is a super player, but I think Haaland will have a brighter future because I think he's younger too than Mbappe. And surely Haaland, his goal scoring in the Bundesliga, surely he's going to leave next season, according to me. Noel Jones says, I was really shocked the day I woke up to see Switzerland knock out France from the Euros. I mean, trust me, I was as shocked as anyone too, because no one expected France to lose. I think I expected France to win the Euros. They were my team to go. So just a quick update, guys. There's a yellow card for Wilfred and Didi in the 74th minute, and a goal kick towards Leicester. I mean, I think we're kind of forgetting that there's a game going on at the moment, and my prediction is 3-2, guys. But it looks like the game has gone pretty equal at the moment. I mean, this is going to be literally the last game of the weekend because it's the, I wouldn't say stupid, but irritating international break. And I'm pretty sure I'm not going to stream a single game of the international break. Maybe I would, but because mostly all the games are late in my country, and there's no way of streaming them late without falling asleep for me. So, guys, we've been like almost, if I'm assuming and my calculations are right, we've almost been 1 hour 50 minutes in. That's a lot of time. Still, we can go on for maybe like 45 minutes more. Noel John says, we are all just having a full on conversation out here. I mean, nothing wrong against that. I just realized that the score was 1-1. I just got an upgrade of the yellow card. Nothing wrong with that. We can just do that all day long. Jake Abdullah says, who do you think Newcastle will sign? I mean, that's a really good question. I mean, he's got two brilliant questions. One of the Prime Salah, Prime Hazard thing. I mean, others have had really good questions too, but I think his questions have just tipped others out. Newcastle. I think Newcastle have got to be smart and not sign superstars who are old. I think they've got to start signing young players. Like, I think Anthony Martial would be a perfect player for them. I also think that they've got to pick, like, I wouldn't say the worst player from every team who is like mediocre for smaller teams. Like, let me give you an example. Like, just say from Arsenal, I'd say Newcastle can probably sign two players who I would go for. Personally, from Arsenal, I think Newcastle first. I think Burn Leno, I think he's closing in his 30s, but he's a pretty good goalkeeper. So I would go for Burn Leno because goalkeepers, once they reach the 30s, it's just their prime for them. So I would go for Burn Leno and I would go for Lacazette, who's also earning his last ages. But I think I would go for Lacazette and I would go for Burn Leno. Moving from Manchester United, I mean, Newcastle can get a load of good players. I would love them to go for Donny van de Beek. Nothing against Johnny Van Beek, but there's no way he's going to play on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and he needs to fix his future ASAP. So Donny Van de Beek, Jesse Lingard, Ahmad Diallo. I mean, Dan James is at Leeds. I just forgot about that. So a couple of players Newcastle can sign, but Newcastle in January, if they had to make one signing, let me know, guys, in the comments. Just say you're the Newcastle owner, Newcastle are in a relegation battle. You have to make one signing to change the season. Let me know who you think that signing will be, and it has to be realistic. So, Fate 4 says, try to sign Mbappe, fail, try to sign Kane, fail, so then maybe Aguero. Prob not, I don't know. Noel John says, I like that this community is like a family. I mean, that's a really nice comment from Noel John. I mean, I've really enjoyed the stream so far, guys. It's been a really absolute pleasure to chat with mainly the three of you guys, that is Jake Abdullah, Noel John, Fateful, and a few others who have joined in the middle. It's been really pleasure to chat with you guys. Fateful says Ramsdale, I think. I think Ramsdale is going to be Arsenal's future goalkeeper, so I don't think Arsenal want to sell him. Jake Abdullah says Ramsey. I mean, Ramsey is a really good shout, but would Ramsey be superb for Newcastle? I mean, he's not more of a game changer, but he's affordable. But I mean, they could get a couple of better quality players more than Ramsey. I wouldn't say Ramsey is the worst one, but I think they can do better than Ramsey. Faithful says same, it's really good. Thanks for the comment, Faithful. Then Noel John says, I think maybe fake news, Marcelo's coming to Leeds. I mean, I think that's completely fake news. I'm not really sure, but I think that's fake news. I surely think that's fake news. I don't think Marcelo's going to join Leeds. Maybe it might happen. I have no source on whether news is true or not, but just hearing it, I think it might be fake news. So, guys, Leicester on the attack at the moment. Statistically, currently Leeds United look the better team. Ball possession, Leeds United having more possession. It's going to be really close, and who's going to win this game? We shall know. Ramsdale, Arsenal goalkeeper, says faithful. I mean, if you think of Ramsdale as goalkeeper, I mean, he's just joined Arsenal, so I don't think they want to sign him. And also, I think they'll need more of an attacker to change their season. They've got a goalkeeper, but not that pretty good. I think he's a good goalkeeper, but they need an improvement, obviously. But I think they'll be looking for an attacker. So, guys, let's just give you guys a quick update of what's happening in the Premier League. So, the game between Tottenham Hotspur is nil-nil. The game between Arsenal Watford is 1-0 towards Arsenal. And the game between Leeds United Leicester, I think we all know, is still 1-1. I mean, just imagine a last minute goal by either side. It's going to be so interesting. It's still 1-1. So, guys, we have a corner right now for Leicester in the 80th minute, 10 minutes to go. So, Fate Force says, yeah, but he's brilliant form right now. So, I think if they bid on him, it would be a lot. But the problem with Adam Ramsdale is I don't think they will go for him because I think he would love to stay at Arsenal and he's doing pretty well there. And I think he's going to be their number one. So, I don't think he needs to worry a lot about his future. I think it's going to be at Arsenal. And therefore, I don't think he would go either. Moving towards Noel John, about what about Sissoko? I think Sissoko has just joined. I'd say he's just joined Watford, and I don't think he's the absolute best player you could go. Let's say Newcastle have a budget of 54 million. I mean, Sissoko is way cheaper than that. Let's say they just have need to sign one player. I mean, obviously, I think they'll sign two or three players, but let's say they need to sign one player hypothetically. Let's just talk in that sense. Who do you think guys think they're gonna sign? My shout out for them would be sign Jesse Lingard. I think he would be a brilliant attacking midfielder and he would cost maybe 25-30 million. I think they could get better than him, but just looking at what he did with West Ham, maybe he could have some impact on them. So, guys, we've got 9 minutes less. 9 minutes left for the game. Really interesting. So Jake Abdullah says they need a solid midfielder. They do need a midfielder, but the problem is I think Newcastle lack creativity. They've got some good players like Alex Saint, Maximan, obviously. They've got Joe Willock, but they haven't actually got a center defensive midfielder, have they? I mean, I don't really watch Newcastle a lot, but I think they'll be going for an attacking player. They need a solid midfielder. Looking at that, I don't think Sissoko is the best they can go. I think they can do better than him. Noel John says, "Oh yeah, true." So, guys, the ball is safe in Leeds half. We've got less than 8 minutes left to go. I mean, it's been a really interesting chat, guys. I've really had a lot of fun chatting with you all, listening to your opinions. So, there's a substitution coming in, guys, with 7 minutes left to go, close to 7 minutes. It's a substitution for Leeds United. Jack Harrison has been removed, and the player coming on is. Give me a minute. So, it's Tyler Roberts coming on for Jack Harrison. So Fate Force says, I'm very nervous. I mean, don't be. Obviously, I mean, I would be nervous if I was a Leeds United fan because the game is really close at the moment. It's really close, and one goal is just going to change the game. I personally still backing Leicester to win. Obviously, 3-2 doesn't look like it's going to happen, but it's going to be really close, guys. Wilder Gaming says, hi. Noel John says maybe Pulisic to Newcastle. I mean, that's a really good shout by Noel John because for two reasons. I think Christian Pulisic is exactly a player Newcastle will want to go afterwards. But also, I think he's not been getting game time at Chelsea. And I think Chelsea might want to move him on because he's pretty inconsistent in the way that he does have a lot of injuries. But when he's fit, it takes some time for him to get going. So maybe Pulisic is a good shout. So, guys, less than 6 minutes left plus added time. Velry Gaming says thoughts on Rogers to United. I mean, I would absolutely hate that to happen. Not that Rogers is a bad coach. Obviously, I'd take him over Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, but I think Man United can do better than Brendan Rodgers. I think they can do really, really better than him. So, guys, a dangerous attack for Leeds United, but again, the ball is safe. And again, there's an attack for Leeds United. Can they do something in the last few minutes of the game? I mean, the game might just end up 1-1. Noel John says 1-1 or 1-1 would be sad. I mean, it would be because it's been an interesting game so far. Both the teams have played really well. Actually, Leeds have had been the better side. But I think 1-1 maybe would be a fair result, but I would prefer if Leicester win. Nothing against Leeds United, nothing at all. It's just my prediction was 3-2. Jake Abdullah says Prime Suarez or Prime Lewandowski? Another really good question. I mean, the questions about prime players is really getting me thinking. Let me know, chat, what you think and who you would prefer. I think Prime Suarez is the time. He was probably one of the best strikers in the world. I remember Jamie Vardy saying that himself. Lewandowski is absolutely brilliant every year. But if you tell me in their prime, I think I'm still going to stick with Lewandowski. Nothing against Luis Suarez. I still would prefer Lewandowski over Suarez. Fate forces Suarez. I mean, Suarez is a super striker too, and maybe he was better than Lewandowski in his prime, but I think I would prefer Lewandowski because the amount of goals Lewandowski scores per season is just unbelievable. So, guys, less than 4 minutes. We've had 7 free kicks from Leeds, 9 from Leicester City. I mean, this game is going to be really close, and if someone's going to get a winner, it has to be now. I mean, would you guys be happy with the draw? I'm pretty sure that I don't think Noel John will be happy with the draw, but maybe Fate 4. He's a Leeds United fan. Worldly Gaming says Mbappe or Haaland. Haaland for me. Haaland. I mean, someone asked this question before, and it was pretty close, but just thinking about it, I think Haaland has a better future and it's been more consistent than Mbappe. Noel John says no, so obviously Noel John doesn't want to draw. So he wants a win for Leicester, but it's pretty close, I'd say. We are really getting really close to the last few minutes of the game, guys. We've been almost We've been 2 hours into the stream. Thank you so much, guys, for joining in the stream. And it's a goal kick for Leeds United in the 88th minute. Noel Jones says, Wadi, come on, please create a miracle. I mean, anything can happen. I mean, it could be a Leeds United goal. Maybe Jamie Vardy's going to win the game for Leicester. Or maybe it could be Dan James for Leeds or someone else. I mean, it'd be really good if Dan James scores a goal. I mean, has Dan James scored a goal yet? I think he scored a penalty for Leeds United. I don't think he's scored a goal in normal time. I'm not pretty sure. And the ball is with Leeds United right now, who are attacking. So it looks like my odds are that Leeds United might get a winner if you ask me between both the sides. Obviously, my prediction was Leicester 3-2, but it looks like Leeds United might just tip. But now there's a dangerous counter attack, but it's a goal kick towards Leeds United. So, guys, we're pretty close to the end of the stream. It's going to be interesting to see how many minutes of added time do we get. So Worldly Gaming says Leicester's going to win this. So pretty confident opinion. I mean, Leicester might win this. It's I'd say either side's game now. One goal and it's the winner, obviously. Noel John says, gotta say, all around Leeds United was the better side and they attacked well and kept possession. I mean, that is basically Leeds United's game. They're really good at that. They're really good at ball possession and some of their passing is absolutely superb by Leeds United. They're such a good attacking side and that's always how they play and that's why it's a really interesting game to watch. Arsenal versus Watford. Watford got a red card, so I think that's basically game over for Watford. It looks like in that game Arsenal's going to be on top. So the red card is for Kuga, who I'm assuming is a striker. I mean, the game between Everton and Tottenham is still nil-nil, so not the best debut for Antonio Conte, some would say, as a Premier League coach. But and that too, there was a red card for Everton. Let me just check in which minute. Oh, the red card's just been applied. So basically, 2 minutes ago, they received a red card. So Antonio Conte, his formation he uses is 3-4-3, pretty much what people expected. So Noel Jones says midfielder. I mean, it's pretty much the end of the game. So I think Arsenal are going to win that game. Good for them. They've been a better side. They've been better than Man United in recent times. Hates to say it, but it's a reality. So guys, if any of you know how many minutes I added on, please let me know because it's currently not showing exactly how many minutes I added on. Noel Jones says red card for Watford and Everton. Velry Gaming says Leeds miss big chance. I mean, that's a really big blow for them because I'm pretty sure Fate 4 would not like to hear that because he's backing Leeds for the win. Obviously, he's a Leeds United fan. Noel John says, I think 1 minute added on. Welder Gaming says 3 minutes added on. So I don't think it's going to be 1 minute because I think that's two less. And also it's past 1 minute. So maybe 3 minutes is the right time. Oh, yes, it is 3 minutes, guys. It's now updated on my screen. It does show 3 minutes. If I don't know if you guys can see, I'm pointing the arrow at it. It's 3 minutes at a time permanent. So we've got two, we've actually got less than 2 minutes. We exactly got 1 minute 15 second, guys. So it does look like this game, unfortunately, it's going to settle for a draw. Noel John says, no, not one, sorry, no problem, absolutely no problem. So, guys, we're already closing on the end of the game, exactly 1 minute left. Unfortunately, it does look like this game is going to be a draw, guys. It's really unfortunate because it would be really fun to have a winner, whether it's Leicester or Leeds. I mean, many people would have preferred it to be Leeds, but I would prefer to be Leicester. Nothing against Leeds fans, sorry. We've got 7 people watching. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe. Really helps the channel. So guys, we're basically really close to the game ending. We're officially onto the 90 plus third minute. It looks like the game is going to end 1-1, guys. Noel John says, imagine if Leicester wins it. I mean, it seems too late on at the moment. It seems like the game is almost over. I don't think it might happen, but imagine the scenes. So guys, the game should basically end any moment now. The game has gone on to 90 plus 4 with a goal kick for Leeds. Surely this is, guys, surely this is the end of the game. I don't think there's no chance. Surely this is the end. Leicester have got a free kick. Velry Gaming says, do a Liverpool West Ham watch along. I mean, I'm not pretty sure I'm going to do one because it's pretty late right now. And also, I'm not a big fan of watching Liverpool. I mean, if it was earlier, maybe I would do it because I don't think so. Velry Gaming says, no free kick not given. I think the game has ended if I'm not wrong. I think it's almost over. No, the game is currently in play. And the game has ended, I'm assuming. Yes, I think the game has ended. Give me a minute, guys. I mean, it still shows the game is on at the moment. And the game has ended, guys. I mean, it's a pretty Fantastic game. Thank you so much, chat. Jake Abdullah says thank you for the live stream. Have a good night. Good night to you. Thank you so much for joining, guys. Faithful says thank you. Good night. Thank you so much for joining, Faithful. Unfortunately, Leeds did not get the win. Like, it doesn't matter at the end of the day. I think it was a pretty good game. Ended 1v1. I mean, I would say good score, 1-1, fair score. Well, good night, guys. Thank you so much for joining the stream, especially to Noel John, Faithful, Jacob Della, Weldy Gaming. Thank you so much. Bye, guys. I think I'm going to end the stream too in a couple of minutes now. So, I mean, just a quick summary on the match. Pretty good match. Leeds United maybe deserved to win, but I would say Leicester deserved to hell a point too. So that's it for today's video, guys, and maybe I'll get you guys on some other stream. Obviously, not today. I think this is my last stream for today. And I'll see you guys later, guys. Thank you once again so much to all the people who joined in the chat. And that's for today's video, guys. And if you enjoyed the video, then please be sure to like and subscribe. And I guess I'll see you some other night. Good night.